Hello, welcome to Loving is Living. I am Priscilla Ashonibare. Today we are going to be discussing about emotional maturity in marriage. Emotional maturity in marriage. What is emotional maturity? Emotional maturity is being able to control the way you react to situations and circumstances around you. Being able to control the way you are going to respond to people despite and in spite of whatsoever they do. Emotional maturity is being able to remain calm even in the face of storm. Emotional maturity is being able to take hold of the situation you are in, control the situation, the way you are going to react towards it, rather allowing the situation to determine your reaction. When a person is able to control his emotions, he'll be able to control his words and his actions. According to Proverbs 16:32, that says that the one that is able to rule his spirit, I would say control his emotions, is more than he that takes over a city. Also in 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, it says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of self-control. So if you are able to control your emotion, you'll be able to control your action, you'll be able to control your words, you'll be able to control how you're going to react or respond to situations and circumstances. Emotional maturity is being able to stay calm in the face of storm. In the context of marriage, it is you being able to put up with the excesses of your spouse without reacting in a way that will escalate the situation. It is you being able to empathize with your spouse, be able to put yourself in the shoes of your spouse and try to see things from his or her perspective. It is you being able to try to make sure that there's peace in your home. Now, when we are talking about emotional maturity in marriage, I think it would be better for us to try and understand some examples of emotional immaturity in marriage. The spouse that is emotionally immature is the one that finds it hard to apologize to the spouse when they've done wrong. As a matter of fact, they'll rather try to pass the blame. They'll blame the other spouse, whatever they have done, whatever situation, whatever circumstance, for anything that is happening. They won't want to take responsibility for their action. The spouse that is not emotionally matured is the one that is childish instead of being childlike. Being childish is when from little thing you get angry, you have a short fuse, you are touchy, you become, so very emotionally sensitive. When you are childlike, when you are playful, you are friendly, you forgive easily, and things like that. When a person is not emotionally matured in marriage, that spouse is the one that would flare up, that would react, that would threaten the other partner, will always be thinking that if this partner does this or does not do this, I'm going to get out of this marriage, and will be thinking that they can get a better spouse than their present spouse. Emotional immaturity is when, for example, because of a little argument, the husband will threaten to kick the wife out. Because of a little argument, the wife would tell the husband that don't come close to me, no more intimacy between you and I, as a form of punishment for the husband. It is when the spouse is not ready to forgive the other. Remember, God said that He will forgive you if you forgive those who have sinned against you. The person that is emotionally immature is the one that finds it hard always to apologize for his or her wrongdoing, is the one that is always trying to prove a point that he or she is right in the relationship. Now, always in a marriage, there will always be a spouse that will be more emotionally matured than the other. So if you discover that you are the one that is not as emotionally matured as your spouse, I think you should be grateful to your spouse for putting up with you for all this while, for putting up with you for this long. Now, and how can you be able to become emotionally matured in marriage? It is when you take responsibility for your actions. It is when you do not speak hastily and react to whatever your spouse has done. It is when you are able to keep calm even in the face of argument, making your position known to your spouse in a very calm way. Being able to express yourself in an assertive way, but not an aggressive way. Being emotionally matured in marriage is being able to put up with the excesses of our spouses, is being able to understand the strengths and weaknesses of your spouse. It is being able to as well easily forgive your spouse. And in summary, emotional maturity is what helps spouses to remain in the marriage. It is what brings repair to the marriage, and it is what helps spouses to be able to resolve their conflict. So I want you to look at yourself, assess yourself. Do you match the description of someone that is emotionally matured in that marriage? Or otherwise, if you are the one that is emotionally matured, I want to encourage you to continue. Don't worry, one day your spouse will be able to come to the level of emotional maturity that you want him or her to be. And in case it's taking too long, just continue to pray for your spouse and put up with your spouse. Remember, God forgave us and is still forgiving us, and he said we should forgive. No, he will forgive us just as we are forgiving those who sinned against us. Remain cool, remain calm, calculate your words, make sure that you have empathy. Emotional intelligence is also very important. When you are able to understand your feelings, you are able to understand the feelings of your spouse, and you are able to have empathy. That is a way of helping you to be emotionally matured. Now let's stop here. Until we come your way again, God bless you.